Morgan County Sheriff Ron Puckett told me this jail was built to house criminals, but it has become a catch-all facility. He says too many of his inmates are dealing with a mental health crisis and get caught up in the system.
You know, we run into that often, and then they come to the county jail as a help. You can't get individual help when you're incarcerated.
Right now, there are about 600 inmates in the Morgan County Jail. Detention officers tell me about 40% of this inmate population suffers from some sort of mental health issue or substance abuse problem, and they believe those numbers could even be much higher. Puckett recently implemented a program that aims to change that cycle. It's called the Stepping Up program. Morgan County, along with a few other counties, qualified for a grant to fund the program. It launched in January and is spearheaded by counselor Kathy Goodwin. So far, Goodwin has identified 60 inmates who would benefit from the services.
I consider myself a connector. So we don't actually provide any mental health treatment in the jail. There are other services available here in the jail, but what I do is I meet with the inmates before they get released, ideally, and offer them stepping up case management services to connect them with the services that they need. What we're trying to do is to break down the barriers that might have kept them from receiving the right kind of treatment and hopefully keep them from coming back to the jail because of the mental health issues. They see me as someone trying to help them.
Goodwin told me the program has a track record of success. Montgomery County, Alabama had a similar community partnership. Before the jail had a designated case manager, inmates who had a mental health issue had a 50% rate of reoffending and ending up back in jail.
And when they dedicated a case manager to help them with these barriers, it went below 5%. So we know that it can be effective if they take advantage of these services.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Sheriff Puckett told me he's optimistic the program will help people get their lives on track and says it will also save taxpayers a lot of money.
Well, we spend over $1 million a year for health care in the Morgan County Jail, and that includes mental health. So that's a lot of money that taxpayers are paying for health care for inmates in our jail.
How does that cost compare to a program like Stepping Up? What is the savings?
Well, hopefully the savings will be if that person doesn't come back in jail, we're not having to house and feed and provide health care and mental health for that individual a second time. So your savings is they're not coming back into our facility because it costs more in our jail to have them here than it would be to have them at the mental health center receiving help.
Goodwin told me she has seen how impactful this program is, and she looks forward to helping this group reach their full potential and becoming contributing members of the community.